Now, a number of Northern Ireland's leading sporting stars have teamed up with Lidl for their Sport for Good programme. The launch took place earlier this week at the Colin Glen Dome. I was there to meet the stars. Here's what happened. Okay, so Ciara, great to see you today. Tell us about your involvement in the Sport for Good campaign then.
So I'm an ambassador and very proud to be a Lidl ambassador for the Sport for Good campaign. It's great to be part of a campaign that's really given back to our community, a community that really made me the athlete and the person that I am today. It's where my grassroots in sport began, and it's where I've really been able to go and represent our nation at the highest level, coming home with a Commonwealth Games medal for Northern Ireland. So to be part of this campaign that's given back to our youth, really looking after their sporting needs but also their mental health needs, which is something that is perhaps overlooked, and in particular with COVID and the effect that's had on the mental health of our youth coming up. It's fantastic to see that they're addressing that and really helping build the youth's confidence in sport, because as much of it's important for the likes of me at the top of our sport gives so much to youngsters going throughout all aspects of their life, be that for sporting achievements or for just confidence in everyday life. So yeah, it's great to be part of this campaign and to thank Lidl really for giving back and to be able to be an ambassador.
So we're seeing so much sporting success coming from Northern Ireland at the moment. There'll be young people watching this who may be quite good at sport and they're thinking, do you know what, these guys are lucky. I'd love to be doing what they're doing, but I'll never be able to achieve that. They can achieve their goals, can't they?
They definitely can. And I think, us athletes here today are a perfect example of that. I was just like them. I was a little girl growing up in Portaferry. I grew up playing camogie. I did Irish dancing. I did tap dancing. I did drama. I was in everything. And, there's no difference to me between me and them. We're all very similar. So if they take anything from this, is that we can achieve our dreams, and that's something that I feel so passionately about. It's great to be able to have this platform to be able to express that, because from little acorns grow mighty oaks, and we all have to start somewhere, whether you're from Portaferry, whether you're from Ballymoney, whether you're from any area of our community. We have the world's best sports stars from here in all aspects. We've got swimming, gymnastics, athletics, we've got golfers, we've got everything. We've got GA players, we've got rugby players. They all have to start somewhere. So if you think that you can't, you have to change your mind. Believe in yourself and go out and work hard, and anything's achievable.
So Bethany, I see we've got the gold medal from Birmingham. I mean, obviously this was the dream come true for you.
Yeah, definitely the dream. It took over 10 years to get the full collection, but we finally got there, and I still can't put into words even what it means to me.
And what's your memories of Birmingham? I mean, this was massive, the Commonwealth Games, wasn't it?
Yeah, for me it was such a personal games as well. I represent GB, but to have that Northern Ireland flag on my hat and just do it for my country. I've grew up here, I've trained here, I've always been here, and just to have that support from back home was so lovely.
So what age were you when you started and got interested in swimming then?
Yeah, so I actually started when I was 13, so I grew up with a disability, and sport for me was something I sort of shied away from because I wasn't very good at it. It took me a lot longer to learn, and I just didn't get into it until my school pushed me to start swimming, and it completely changed my life around and it opened so many doors for me. So it wasn't until I was 13 that I actually started.
Wow, and I mean, you're proof that somebody with a disability can achieve something so big as well, so you must be inspiring a lot of young people out there at the moment.
Yeah, I definitely hope so, and especially having a disability that isn't shown or that people can actually see. It's really important for me to just talk about, it's a bit like mental health. People can't see what's going on and they can't sort of understand it sometimes, so I think it's really important, even for people just to ask questions or find out what's going on or how they can help, because through sport, if I didn't have those people that daily were really helping me and really teaching me, then I would never have achieved what I've achieved.
Was it a struggle for you before you found swimming, before you found your sport?
Yeah, definitely. I think if anyone met me or knew me when I was younger, I wouldn't talk to people. I found it really difficult to be in social situations. I would shy away. I just found it really, really tough. And even now, I go to events and people talk to me, and afterwards I'm trying to work out how I actually knew these people or what's going on. So I think people don't see the actual side that you do have and that you do struggle with. But I think it's amazing just what sport can do and how it can really change your life.
So Reece, tell us about the Lidl Sport for Good programme. What does it mean to you to be involved in this?
Well, I feel like it's a way of me giving back to my community that I've grown up in, and it's a great way to do it. It's a great partnership to be involved in, and I just remember when I was young in school when we would get some sort of grant from a company, it would really energise everybody in the school, the teachers as well, and it would just give more opportunities for us. So to be a part of such a programme that's giving so much money to different communities and different schools, I'm privileged to be a part of that, really.
And how important is it to get young people involved in sport these days?
I mean, speaking from personal experience, sport is my life, and it was even when I was younger in school. It was my way of staying happy, staying confident. As soon as I left school, I went straight into the gym, and that was my escape. And to this day, it still is. And I feel like every foundation in my life is built from sport. So I love the fact that Lidl are giving young people this opportunity that I've had as well.
I see you've got the silver medal from the Commonwealth Games. What was it like to be involved in Birmingham 2022?
Yeah, it was a struggle getting to Birmingham in the first place. Of course, myself and my two teammates in gymnastics weren't allowed to compete there in the first place. So I feel like this medal is a great representation of what it took to get to that Commonwealth Games. Gymnastics' most successful ever Commonwealth Games. Northern Ireland's most successful ever Commonwealth Games. It's a privilege to be contributing to that, and of course I would have wanted gold, but I'll settle for silver, and it's a good position to be in that I want to be striving for more and more.
So what's next for you? I know you're flying off to compete somewhere else after this today, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to Paris tomorrow, so I'm always on the road, always competing, and I love it. I love what I do. This is my dream job, and the big one for this year is the World Championships, where I'll hopefully be going there, making another world final, and hopefully bringing home the gold medal once again.
There'll be people watching this, maybe young people who have a dream of becoming a sports star and going, he's just lucky, there's no way that I could do that. What kind of advice would you give to them?
Luck is sometimes a part of it, you're right, but definitely no medals come easy. It's not only luck that contributes to it, it's probably that little 1% of luck that contributes to it, and the rest of the 99% is hard work and dedication throughout the gym and throughout your life every single day. So stick at it, so keep working hard, and the results shall follow.
And what age were you when you started then?
I started when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've had that Olympic dream of going to the Olympic Games since I was probably about 8 years old. That first couple of years is understanding the sport, falling in love with the sport, and then by the age of 8 I was like, yeah, I'm going to the Olympic Games.
So what's next for you then? After winning gold at the Commonwealth, where are you going to go next?
Yeah, so I think honestly, I have 2 more years really left in me. We have a World Championships, and then it's the Paris year again, it's the big games year, and I think there are the 2 years I want to push forward and just try and do a lot. But for me personally, I just want to try and promote a wee bit more disability sport and get more people with a disability into sport, because we are such a small country, but we do have a lot of people that have disabilities, whether they're hidden or physical, or you can see, and I think it's important just to open some doors for them.
So what's next for you then, competing wise?
Next up for me, I'm having a little break, and then there's no real rest for middle distance runners. I'll have a cross country season in the winter, then it'll roll down round to the indoor season with the European champs in March, and then the big aim for me will be the world champs next summer, and then obviously the really obvious one, the Olympic Games in Paris. That's going to come around very fast, so that's always on the horizon. So that's really where the whole focus is, world champs and then Olympics.
Of course, you set a record recently as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a pretty good summer, I'd say. To come home with 2 medals, one for Northern Ireland and one for Ireland, was pretty special. I probably would have sat back and been happy with that season, but to go out and run an Irish record over the 1500 metres, to run 3:56 to take Sonia Sullivan's 1500 metre record, and to smash that was phenomenal. It's that'll go down as probably the race of my career to date. So that was the cherry on the top of an absolutely fantastic season.
And what about a training schedule? What's a typical day for you like then?
So a typical day for me, usually I train twice a day, every day, all week, and twice a week I do 3 training sessions with 2 runs and a gym. So usually I get up in the morning, have a bit of breakfast, get out for a run, back and have some lunch and relax, then get out for a gym session straight after that. I come back and chill another little bit, and then I'm straight back out for an evening run. So yeah, no rest for the wicked, but I feel very fortunate to be a full-time athlete, so I'm lucky that I don't have to work a 9 to 5 in between that, and exactly, yeah. I'm lucky for that.
And coming from Portaferry, do you ever get into Captain Jack's for a fish supper?
Oh, I definitely do. I definitely get into Captain Jack's, and if anybody who knows me, I was very, very grateful that they threw me a little 30th birthday party. My sister graduated from university, and my 30th was at the same time, and we had a birthday bash in Captain Jack's. So if anybody's down there, take a trip in. It's brilliant grub.
Brilliant, Ciara. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, Rhys, thank you so much and the best of luck in Paris.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bethany, great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for more information on Lidl's Sport for Good programme, check out the website, which is lidl-ni.co.uk.